section, Kingsbridge section of the Bronx. This is a neighborhood I grew up in. Many of my friends' parents worked here for many years. In fact, I would say this cookie factory supplied a lot of jobs for a lot of my people. Okay? And I'm just out here supporting the rally. They've been on strike for 7 months. Simply put, you know, the new owners of Stellador are just trying to screw us simple working people. None of these people got Bentleys, none of them got mansions. They got a roof over their head and food on the table for their kids. Nothing more, nothing less. And they're trying to take that away from them. We got these drug addict scabs coming in, apparently working 2-3 nights at a clip and bouncing with a paycheck. It's just a mess. And they're just messing with these workers hardcore. And it's a shame because this has been an institution in this neighborhood since before I was born. We are actually standing next to what used to be the Stellador restaurant that was owned by the Stellador family. They used to never have stuff like this as far as I know. Alright? So again, this is all about our neighborhood, and in these tough economic times, you know, for a company that's making a profit to try to take more money out of a paycheck and kill almost all benefits over a 5-year period, it's just grimy. It's typical American capitalist nonsense.
They've been buying scabs of people to work. So we understand everybody trying to represent our right about it. What's important is that people stand united and that they stand up for what they deserve. Even in hard times, they still deserve a paying job. They still deserve a contract. And so, you know, we're going to keep on continuing the struggle, and we know that these numbers are going to get bigger as the crisis grows.
A strike is hard, especially if strike is going on for 6 months. These workers are going to win because they have a lot of unity and they're not isolated. As you can see out here, the community supports them 100%, and not just this community in the Bronx, but all of the working and poor people in New York City. Everybody knows about this strike. It's as much known as that Chicago Republic strike where they occupied the factory back in December, and so we just got to stick with it and stick together. Solidarity is the key. If the workers stay together and the community stays together with the workers, we'll win this.
Yeah, my name is Stella D'Oro. I'm from the Class Struggle Education Workers and the Internationalist Group, and we're out here today to support the Stella D'Oro strike. The Stella D'Oro strike has been going on for 6 months. We need to mobilize the labor movement to stop the shipment and the placement of these scab products. We cannot let this strike go down in defeat. We need to stop them from going into the supermarkets. We need to stop the scab products from being put on the shelves. And we need to stop the scab trucks. We can't afford another defeated struggle. We need to make sure that this strike wins victory. And that's part of a bigger struggle here in New York City and throughout the country against the bankers and capitalists who are basically trying to break the unions, raise tuition at the city university, and so forth. And we can't rely on the politicians of the Democratic Party. We have to oppose them, oppose their trillion-dollar bailout to the bankers in their wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. All of this is connected. So we need to win victory for this strike. Lo mismo en español, soy de un grupo que se llama Trabajadores Clasistas de la Educación y del grupo internacionalista. Estamos aquí para participar en la manifestación a favor del triunfo de la huelga de los trabajadores de Stella D'Oro, y creemos que hay que poner alto al flujo de los productos hechos por los esquiroles, por los rompehuelgas. Hay que bloquear la distribución de las galletas y de los demás productos hechos por esos esquiroles, porque si no, no vamos a triunfar en esta lucha. Es inaguantable que se continúe con el transporte de los productos hechos por esos malhechores que son los rompehuelgas. Y el movimiento obrero en Nueva York tiene la fuerza para poner alto a eso, para hacer que esta huelga triunfe. Eso significa no confiar para nada en los políticos capitalistas del Partido Demócrata, en los banqueros. Al contrario, tenemos que movilizarnos nosotros para hacer que esta huelga triunfe. Eso es.
A mí me parece que hay que seguir apoyando a los trabajadores y trabajadoras de Stella D'Oro, porque lo que se pretende es cometer en contra de ellos un abuso. es una agresión no solo a ellos como trabajadores de esta empresa, sino una agresión a todos los trabajadores y trabajadoras de la ciudad de Nueva York. Aquí lo que se quiere volver es a los tiempos del esclavismo. Se le quiere negar el pago de hora extra, se le quiere negar el derecho a vacaciones, se le quiere negar el derecho a un seguro de salud y por demás también se le quiere reducir el salario en un 25%. Y esta es una acción evidentemente antiobrera, antihumana, y por eso nosotros nos encontramos en el día de hoy aquí expresando nuestro apoyo a este grupo de trabajadoras y trabajadores que tienen ya más de 6 meses en huelga. Por eso llamamos a la gente, llamamos a la comunidad a que no compre los productos de Stella D'Oro. Hagamos un boicot efectivo para que así se respete el derecho de los trabajadores y las trabajadoras a tener su sindicato y así se respete el derecho de los trabajadoras y trabajadores a tener un elevado nivel de vida propio de seres humanos.
I'm here today to support the Stella D'Oro worker in their struggle for a union contract. What you see here is workers fighting for their survival, for the survival of their families. Without a union contract, Stella D'Oro can hire them at whatever wages they want, fire them when they want to, make them work longer hours, deny them bathroom breaks, shorten their lunch hours, do whatever they want. The only way to protect themselves and get decent pay is through a contract with a union that represents them. Because a victory over here will be a victory that's important symbolically and in actuality.
People identify with the suffering that you would have if you're used to having a living wage and somebody, instead of giving you a contract that has increases as prices and rent and everything else is going up and transportation, they're talking about cutting wages, they're talking about no sick days, and a lot of these workers, you know, are working with kids or raising their grandchildren, and they're going to need a day, you know, once in a while. Besides which, why should you have to sneeze over the sickness? Producing food, you're not supposed to be sick. So I just went and talked to a lot of people in my neighborhood. They might have been in a union, in a parent-teacher association, the parent committees, some housing, like tenant advocates in the area, and we all signed on to a letter that we took to the managers of the stores that were carrying these products. It was Aristides, a couple of those. It was what do you call CVS. Rite Aid didn't seem like they had it. Dwayne Reed, but pretty much all of those places being big corporate chains that they are. The manager was the person was saying we don't have that control at the store level. It has to be the corporate decision.
It's Jason Redemar. My father worked for this company for many years since I was 10 years old. He raised us with the money that he made from this company. Right now he has no insurance. He has to pay for his own medicine, and he's going through a real hard time. He was only 1 year from his retirement, and you know, hopefully things will change.
This is fighting the depression means you got to show up at wherever the bosses are trying to put pressure on workers, trying to, you know, take stuff back from the workers. And right now, you know, this month, March 2009, if you're in New York City, that means coming here and supporting the Stellador workers, because the fight starts here. You know what I mean? And we're gonna battle them wherever they want to try and, you know, take our jobs away, whenever they want to, you know, take rent stabilization away, whenever they want to hike tuition or, you know, hike the MTA fares. We got to be there to fight, so that's why we're here right now.
For the union is to secure the things you have, you know. And if you ain't gonna stand up, who does?